Hey, hey! Spit a Swallow Beer Review. We're continuing on with the summer fiasco of beers, rolling into the 4th of July, the Day of Beer Dependence. Now back into the summer fiasco of beer still.
Right.
But we're doing a reminiscent for, Rainier is not really a summer beer, or it could be a summer beer. It could be an anytime beer. But anyway, it's from I got it in Alaska, brought it down. Me and Shagdog both have a Rainier beer because I sent him one. And we decided to include it in the summer of beers.
Yes.
So I am rocking and rolling.
The Jubilee can. Jubilee something. Jammer, this gets a measly 66 on Beer Advocate. It's considered an American adjunct lager, as by Rainier Beer, which basically is owned by Pabst. There you go. If you want to look at the big history of it, it goes way back to their own brewery, back to the 1800s, 1840s, 1850s, something like that.
Yeah.
Went through many hands.
It says the Rainier Brewing Company was an American brewery based in Seattle, Washington. It brewed Rainier Beer, a popular brand in the Pacific Northwest of the United States. Although Rainier was founded in 1884, the Seattle site has been brewing beer since 1878. The beer is no longer brewed in Seattle, nor is the company owned locally. In the late 1990s, the company was sold to Stroh's and then to Pabst Brewing Company, though Miller contract brews most of Pabst beers. The brewery was closed by Pabst in 1999 and sold.
Yeah, that's right, Jammer.
Jammer Van returns.
Scammer and dog. That was funny.
I've been really excited about this one because I was looking forward to this.
Yeah, we can't get that in our parts of the country, so it had completely disappeared on mine real quick.
Yeah, and it has that kind of egg white head that's not really pilly or anything. It's just kind of like a meringue, kind of look.
Yeah, as you can see, it's a little bit
yellow.
Yeah, it smells like an old school beer just for.
He locked up.
Yeah, he locked up.
Yeah.
There you go. Took care of it.
Yes, it does smell like an old school beer, especially, back in the day. Yeah.
Like a malty sweetness in there.
Malty sweetness, a slight grassy note.
Maybe a slight corn.
Yeah, maybe a little there. Some cereal.
Yeah.
Yeah. And in a way, it kind of smells toasty to me, Shagdog.
Yeah, a little bit too. And it said it uses beer. According to Beer Advocate, it does use Chinook, Mount Hood, and Willamette. Yeah.
Well, I'm interested in tasting it. Cheers, my friend.
Cheers.
Hold on a second. Cheers, my friend.
Cheers. Definitely malty.
This, and one, man, it almost reminds me of National Bohemian in a way. But it's sweeter. And it kind of slides into almost like a Miller.
Yeah, I'm getting like a Miller mixed with like a Lone Star or something.
There you go. Lone Star and Miller mixed together, yeah.
But not as rough as Lone Star or Miller, a little bit lighter than that.
And not that we would sit around the house mixing different beers to taste them and see how they taste. Although it's not too far out of the realm of possibilities.
Did you see that? There you go.
What is it?
Review, gents. We just got into it, Jammer fan. Wait to the end. So what would Jammer fan's name be according to Simpsons? Scammer fan?
That'd be kind of interesting. See, did you notice how I changed it, being that Simpsons have that. I changed the intro instead of yo yo yo. I
Yeah.
said hey hey hey.
Hey.
Yeah, sweet, malty, kind of like a Lone Star Miller. Corn, not corn, but kind of cereal. Slight grass, sweet and smooth, but it's almost too overpowering with the sweetness for me.
Yeah, same here. It's almost like it got a little bit of a malt liquor sweetness in it. Not as much,
Yeah,
but a little bit. Certain malt liquors.
I'm still excited that we finally got this one because this is one that was been on the list of the old school beers that I wanted to get when we started the beer review.
Yeah.
And
Is it storming down there at all? Because you're lagging up a little bit every now and then.
no,
No,
I'm fine, and I'm not lagging on my end. It's more on your end.
I'm lagging too.
Yeah, every now and then you lock up.
Oh, same with you. Yeah, but
But
you
when I
locked up.
watch, but when I'm watching myself on here, I'm not getting a
Same
lag.
here. Now there has been times where I lock up and I notice it, but this time I'm not noticing myself or anything. But you locked up once, and the rest of the time is like, kind of like Max Headroom type.
Wonderful. This is just great. I really like.
That's Popeye.
Let's make sure I don't have. Yeah, that's off. That's off.
All right, yeah. Look at my beer is all fuzzy because the green screen thing's all
But
fucked up.
what kind of grade are you going to give this Shagdog? I mean, it's easy to drink. I could see, why it's had a long life and why Pabst has continued to brew it. Um, I myself, I don't think I would buy it on an ongoing basis all the time. Every so often, maybe,
Yeah, I
especially if
don't
it's
know.
on sale.
Yeah, I don't know if the people of Washington prefer this one over Olympia, but Paps own Olympia too, but they discontinued Olympia.
Olympia to me was a good beer.
I like Olympia better than this. I don't know why they
Yeah.
discontinued that, but I don't know. But it's not super bad. It's not nothing I would buy either, because it almost has like a malt liquory,
Yeah.
type, you know.
Here's the thing about it. Uh, quite honestly, the whole Olympia thing, the economy and everything has gotten you know, kind of been dragging on bad, being bad to a degree. And I could see if the beer sales hasn't been there for Olympia and it's not growing or it's just
Yeah.
stagnant, I could see why they would pull it back, and say, okay, we're not going to do it anymore for a while.
What I would like to see Paps do, or put all these brands up for sale. Maybe some investors from that area that those beers originally came from, or a craft beer company will buy it or something, and
Well,
try to keep it the same, but make it a little bit more better quality. Like Olympia beer owned by somebody.
well, you know what? If they did I can almost guarantee you these beers that they're making it in a cheap way. They're
Yeah,
doing the macro style of brewing, which is getting the cereals and stuff like that. If they would take that old time brew recipe and actually use the quality ingredients that they had back then to use, you know what I'm saying. Like the actual hops, the actual barley, the malts, and all that stuff. And instead of tinkering with the recipe by adding cereals and stuff, but just use the Reinheitsgebot type style of beer,
right.
I guarantee you, if they were to do that, these beers would take off, especially if they increase the intensity of the flavor just by a hair. Like Olympia could have increased that nice hoppy flavor that it had just a hair and made it even better.
Yeah, Olympia was kind of smooth. I mean,
Yeah.
it wasn't nothing like bold flavor or anything, but it was like
Yeah.
almost like a Keystone a little bit more flavor than Keystone, but smooth like a Keystone, not Keystone Light, regular Keystone. It's kind of
Yeah.
like that, but a little bit more flavor to it. But I'm gonna give this. I mean, it's not real bad. I'm gonna give it a C.
Yep.
You know what? I'll give it a C plus and a swallow. What the hell?
Yep.
For what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. I was tinkering on saying C plus and going into C. It's like hovering on the edge there.
It's definitely not getting a B minus, but it's C to C plus range, maybe even a C minus days too. But C plus.
Yeah, C plus and a swallow is good.
It is rumbling my tummy though, but I didn't eat nothing today except for English muffin and 2 sausage links.
So when StreamYard says "How did we do?" or whatever, tell them it sucked. The quality sucked because it's been lagging.
My computer needs a restart to update. I ain't doing it now, but
Oh my God, that's the reason why we're having all these issues.
that's probably what it is.
Yeah.
We'll do it. I can do it. It usually does it pretty quick, though.
All right. Well, after this one, go ahead and do it.
Yeah, I'll let you take a piss break or something. How you like my Rainier logo?
I love it. Hey, by the way, talking about logos, right here. Can you see it? The R. The red Rainier R logo has become an icon of Rainier Brewing Company dating back to the 1900s. The logo has gone through a few redesigns and having adopted the current R logo since the 1950s. Before that, the logo contained the baseball-style word marked with the R logo, shown in early 1900 advertisements up to the 1950s. Yeah. In 1986, film Stand By Me, Ace Merrill, Kiefer Sutherland, and his friends drank Rainier beer while playing mailbox baseball. In 1995, film Bridges of Madison County, Robert Clint Eastwood drinks Rainier beer at Francesca's Meryl Streep kitchen table. In 2008, film Twilight. An A&E 2012 television series, Longmire. The sheriff, Walt Longmire, exclusively drinks Rainier beer. Yeah. Anyway, that's just some of the popular culture stuff for Rainier beer. So it's been in a few films and a few things and television shows. Man, I was really hoping that this would be really, really good. All right, drink up, my friend.
Rainier. Hey, they already got a beer already waiting. If they want to do a non-alcoholic beer, they could Rainier Beer.
Yeah.
Or they could just put R-A, and then so the way they spell it, dash N-E-A-R beer.
We should.
Rainier Beer.
What are we doing next?
We don't say what we're doing no more on live shows, Jammer.
All right.
Until we close it out, because people want to be surprised.
Oh, so true. Everybody likes a good surprise.
And actually, we could do it on live because I haven't been editing any of these live ones. I'm like, screw it. But
yeah, I don't know what I said in the last few that I've been in.
I watched the last one you did. I watched about half of it earlier. It was pretty fun.
Did I ever grade it? That was a damn good beer that I had.
You're talking about how it was like oil and stuff like that at the beginning, but like pouring it. Yeah. I don't know if I didn't get to the grade part.
Man, I tell you, that was a really good stout.
Yeah.
That was the best stout that I had compared to Yeti, compared to some of the others. It was really damn good.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed now because I could have bought a bunch of those and brought it down.
I'm not sure what's going on. My stout taste buds lately, because when I'm getting strong, I used to like the stronger ones, but lately I'm like, man, it's just too much.
Well, this one was strong, but it wasn't. It wasn't harsh or anything.
No.
It was nice.
I can't remember if it was a Norwal or one of those strong ones I did a little while back. I was like, holy shit, this is way stronger. I remember it.
Yeah. Should we invite Jammer fan?
Nope. No, not until we get after our. I would like to do, since we're doing two beers that are the same, at least if we get into beers that are separate. I mean, we could invite them because that's two less beers, or one less beer instead of three of us doing three different beers. Actually,
Yeah. Whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I'll send them an invite on the next one.
Yeah, because you'll have to tell me what we're doing though.
Yeah, I'll tell you that once we end this broadcast.
Yeah.
I got to finish the beer though first, right? I got to slow you
Yeah,
down.
that's right. You got to finish the beer. Rainier Beer, though, I like the idea of it because Rainier was what is that? The mountains.
It's a big mountain. Yeah, it's a former volcano. I'm not sure if it's extinct or dormant or.
And Seattle. You would think this would have been iconic for years there.
Yeah. You would think, even on the logo, somehow they put like the Space Needle and the Mount Rainier off in the distance.
Yeah. That's what I would have done with this can. I would have put that right off in the distance. The mountain.
On there.
Then again, you kind of look like Busch Beer then, because or a Coors with the mountains and all that stuff.
Tell if that's a mountain there in between the R and the two R's.
Yeah, it looks like it is a mountain there. Sorry.
Yeah.
Jubilee.
Oh,
Jubilee.
I tell you what, if Mount Rainier ever became active again and that shit blew out like Mount St. Helens did and towards Seattle would be gone.
What gets me is that, looking at the history and everything, it doesn't say anything about the Jubilee thing.
Yeah, wasn't she a hero in the mutant with the X-Men? Had a yellow rain jacket looking thing.
From 1952 to 1964, Rainier came packaged in a series of decorative beer cans known as the Rainier Jubilee Series. First in the series were a set of Christmas cans marketed in the late 1952 and again in late 1953. These cans are rare and highly collectible today.
Oh wow. That's awesome. Hey, they used to use Sasquatch as like a thing. They had it back in the 70s. They used a really good painting, like the guy, I forget the name of that damn book, but it's like medieval, like a dude with a sword or whatever, and a big.
Yeah, you got to give it up to the 1950s, 1960s marketing ad man, advertising, marketing companies. You talk about iconic, classic, freaking money-making, fabulous logos and little caricatures and everything like it. Eskimo pie with a little Eskimo, and all that stuff. Pepsodent. You wonder where the yellow went when you brush your teeth with Pepsodent. Little jingles and stuff. Pop, pop, fizz, fizz. Oh, what a relief it is.
Now we got upset stomach, diarrhea.
Yeah.
That's what we got now. That's about the best.
The nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, aching, stuffy head fever, so you can rest medicine. I mean, they even followed through into later years a little bit, to all beef patty, special sauce, less cheese, and pickles. I use pickles on a sesame seed bun,
Yeah. I mean, you got the Budweiser, real man of G, but that's the only part of jingle. Then the guy's talking, thank you, Mr. Whatever. I mean, it was good. Don't get me wrong, but it's not a classic jingle,
Nah.
I mean, it was pretty good for the time, I guess, but
you think of all the little caricatures and all the little logos, the Pillsbury Doughboy. I mean,
yeah, shit, that Pillsbury.
Yeah.
Oh, even the Hawaiian Punch. I always say that Hawaiian Punch, and they don't have the skinny guy on the things anymore because they don't want to promote violence.
And how about
the skinny guy?
Kool-Aid Man?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Hardly crashes through walls now.
Yeah. Uh,
Someone drove through a brick wall or some shit, and then someone made a big sign with the Kool-Aid Man on it and had them put it by the hole in the brick wall and had or some shit. I saw that last week. I'm like, that's pretty cool.
See, it transcends the product itself and becomes a popular culture thing.
Right. Yeah. I
You
mean, it's
know.
still nowadays, art, the 80s, 90s, maybe early 2000s, a little bit. Now, I mean, unless I'm missing it where the culture stuff is, I don't see it anywhere.
Yeah.
As far as iconic shit's going to be remembered.
Most of it's in the toilet. As soon as it comes out, it goes into the toilet because nobody has any imagination
I
anymore.
mean, I'm trying
Hardly.
to think 30 years from now, what's somebody go, hey, remember back in 2023? Oh, yeah, that was a great commercial. I mean, I can't even think of any current new things. Yeah.
Well, I could tell you the current new thing. Angel Studios comes out on top with The Sound of Freedom as the #1 film in America, being released in only like 26 movie theaters, and a top grossing film,
Sounds of Freedom? What's that one about?
beating out Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
Really? Wow.
And you know why, right?
No.
Because Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny was like the Dial of Dookie.
Oh. But
It
what's
went
that?
Walt Disney's executive or whatever, that woman's name or whatever, that
Yeah.
has ruined all the franchise films.
I heard they fired her the last couple of weeks or
Well,
last
they
week.
might have.
Wow.
She topped it off with the Indiana Jones being ruined.
Yeah,
It
she
gets me
ruined
is
all the Star Wars.
Disney is completely gone off the rails in the sense of losing its perspective, touch with the core audience. The core audience that built Disney was family oriented. One, for the kids,
Yeah.
that's how they made their money. Two, these franchise films were built on the people that back in the 70s, 80s, 90s that watched those films, during that time period were kids, young adults, and they made those franchise films franchise films. It wasn't just one film and that was it, one and done. No, it was, well, let's do a sequel. Let's do another sequel.
Apple Dumpling Game. Apple Dumpling Game returns.
Yeah, because those people were fans of those characters and everything. Then you
Yeah.
come along and you redo the film, or you bring out another version of it and resurrect it and want to do more of the franchise films. And what happens? What happens? You turn around and basically alienate everybody who loved that character, because now the character is not the same character. Or you try to go woke and you ruin the whole ideal of it. Why are you putting these political agendas in there, or these activist type shit in there? It was just a good story, good film, good acting, and you don't have any of that. And I guess they're paying these actors so much money. Hey, you want to do another Indiana Jones film? I'll pay you $50 billion. Oh, sure.
I
And
mean, the
and
biggest.
as a stipulation of the contract, all you can do is praise the film. You can't say anything negative about it.
Yeah, that's like communism there.
Yeah.
Or true Nazism, something like that. One or the other. Yeah, and all the films, I see the trailer today for the new Star Wars show on Disney Plus, which I don't have Disney Plus anymore. I'm like, oh, okay. It's got the Jedi girl with the tentacles. Okay, who else is going to be in it? Thrawn, Admiral Thrawn from the later books. After Return of the Jedi that somebody else wrote. Timothy Zahn wrote that, and I was like, okay. But now the main characters is her. There's a girl that's her Padawan or whatever that left. Didn't want to be a Jedi or whatever the hell. And one of the bad people is like 3 girls and the blue dude, Admiral Thrawn, is pretty. I don't know when the hell women became the action heroes. I just don't want to watch women action hero movies all the time. You know.
And besides that, here's the thing about it: the women action heroes usually don't make any money.
Right.
I mean, there's a reason for that. Even the women don't want to watch it.
Yeah. Shit. Yeah. Women want to see some men.
I mean, Laura Croft. Okay, everybody loved that because of one reason. It was a game, and it was a woman, and they used a sexy woman to do the films.
Right.
Everything popular, sexy woman to do the films. I don't particularly care for her, but everybody likes Angelina Jolie.
Yeah.
But they put her in there, and they did the film, and it was pretty decent stories. Wasn't that bad. Yeah, and you know that's the difference. They took a originally created character that was meant to be a woman, and she became a popular character in a movie. From a game to a movie. That was awesome. Original character created instead of trying to take a character and change it into a woman or change him into somebody that's gay or change him into whatever. I mean, they took Indiana Jones and basically made him scared of spiders. Now, when did Indiana Jones get scared of spiders? He was in that cave in the Raiders of Lost Ark, and he just wipes the spiders off the other guy and off himself, and he keeps going on. It wasn't spiders that scared him.
Snakes.
He didn't like snakes.
Yeah. So this new movie is afraid of spiders?
Yeah, he turned around. Oh, get it off! Get it off!
Spoiler alert, Jammer.
And of course, this ugly woman is supposedly the main character.
She's ugly.
Yeah, she's not attractive, lady.
She can't be attractive because I've seen already a couple previews and I can't remember what she looks like.
Yeah, and she's not that great of an actress anyway. But they put her in this role where going up against Indiana Jones, and she's the hero, and she's this and that and all that.
Which director or producer do you think she was?
Oh yeah.
Couple years, whatever.
Well, she's probably doing the scissor thing because that executive,
Yeah, that still goes on in Hollywood. I'm sure of it. And then 30, 40 years from now, these people are like, well, I want to sue that person because they made me, I didn't get that. And it made me do this.
Yes, they made me do that because I wanted fame and fortune.
Right.
I wanted to be famous, and I wanted the money that went along with it, and all the things that came along with fame, and that's the reason why I had sex with that person.
You didn't hear Rock Hudson crying about that, or any of those other actors that got turned into homos by their directors and producers.
Well, according to all that, Rock was a homo to begin with.
Well, one TV show I watched, it made it look like, he converted, because they got him, give me a Hummer, I'll get you that part, that type of stuff, I don't know if that's true or not, but
I don't know if it is either. I'm not a big Rock Hudson. I never thought he was all that great of an actor.
No, I mean, I can't remember a name of a movie with Rock Hudson in it. He did play,
there's a couple of films.
And
they were good films. But I never thought that he was all that great of an actor. I mean, I didn't mind him in films. I didn't care about it, and I think even as a young kid, I knew he was gay, but I didn't think anything of it.
I didn't know until they announced he had AIDS, but I didn't really pay attention to Rock Hudson until I heard he had AIDS. Who's Rock?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah.
But they've ruined some of these. They got out of touch with their core audiences, all these companies and core customers and everything like that, and they're paying the price. And now it's the worm is turning, and rightfully so, because you know what? A small bit of the population, you can placate them and do all these things to win them over and everything. But the people who are buying your products are the ones that you should be. Right. Making sure you take care of.
Hey, you know what, Jammer? Somehow we just go political. I mean, not that it's our fault, but We gotta come up with something different, huh? We go political.
Well, I
One?
brought up the Dial of Destiny only because I wanted to bring up the fact that Indiana Jones is out and got beat by
Yeah.
Angel Studios.
And what I want to know is what's that movie about? The Angel Studio movie.
Sound of Freedom. Well, obviously, it has to be a patriotic type of movie, right?
But they're a Christian. They're the ones that make the Chosen and all that.
Exactly. That's what I think is so great. It's a small studio. It's
Yeah.
one that you can invest in. And guess what? They beat out the big studios. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny cost over $300 million.
Yeah.
And they thought it was going to be a $1 billion film.
That's crazy too, because certain episodes of The Chosen they put out in selected movie theaters. Also, I don't know if it did that good, but it was good enough to be put in movie theaters before they
Well,
showed
here's
it.
what the Sound of Freedom is about. After rescuing a boy from ruthless child traffickers, a federal agent learns the boy's sister is still captive and decides to embark on a dangerous mission to save her. With time running out, he quits his job and journeys deep into the Colombian jungle, putting his life on the line to free her from the fate of worse than death. So it's not really patriotic. It's just about freedom in general.
Yeah. Saving a kid, really.
Yeah. So think about that. It's probably a great storyline because Angel Studios is not going to put out anything with a crappy storyline. At least I haven't seen
As
anything
far as
from
the
them.
Christian, because there's a lot of cheap Christian movies out there. You're like, got a all right story, but as far as the script and the actors, half the time they suck. But yeah, so far with what I've seen from them, pretty good.
And here's the real good thing too. Guess who's in it?
John Cena.
Jim Caviezel.
Oh, Caviezel, yeah.
Yeah, Jesus Christ himself.
Right. They're one of the Jesus. They got another Jesus on The Chosen. He's the second guy.
But he was Mel Gibson's Passion of the Christ guy.
Right. Yeah, he's the first coming of Jesus. The one on The Chosen is the second coming, right?
All I can say is that I've always liked Jim, and when he did the Passion of the Christ and all that stuff, I thought he did a great job. And then he did that TV show afterward. What was it? The one with the guy from the island. You're Being Watched.
I don't think I saw that.
Remember that at the beginning of the TV program, it says "You're being watched."
One of my favorite movies with him is the other one with where he's talking to his father on the radio. His father's dead, but the father is back in the 60s, and he's talking to him on the radio. Shit.
Oh, that's Signals.
I think it's called something else, but yeah, close. It's not Kurt Russell. What the hell's the other guy? Guy played Jaws 3. What the fuck?
Person of Interest. That's what the TV show was. He played in Person of Interest. A former CIA agent, Reese, Jim Caviezel, now presumed dead, and billionaire software genius Finch join forces as vigilante crime-fighting team, using Finch's program, which employs pattern recognition to determine individuals who will soon be involved in violent crimes. They combine Reese's covert operations training and Finch's money and cyber skills to stop crimes before they happen. Former Army Intelligence Support Activity Operative Samin Shaw joins the pair in their quest.
Yeah, the other movie is close, Jammer. You said Signals, but it's Frequency.
Frequencies, same thing.
Frequency. Mm-hmm. But that was good because he's like talking about the Mets and
it was a good film.
Yeah, the only bad part about it is because he's telling his younger self, "Remember Yahoo," but he should have been saying Google or Amazon.
Didn't they make a TV program too of that?
Yeah, I didn't watch it as a female playing his part. Yeah.
Yeah. See, that's what gets me. Let's change it. Make it a female.
Yeah, it'd be better. And it wasn't.
Same thing with Queen Latifah trying to be the equalizer.
Yeah, that's kind of different than the movies, though. But yeah,
originally the TV program was a white English dude.
Right.
Old
But
white English dude.
then you got Denzel Washington, the movie, right? Is that similar character or is that totally different?
It's supposedly the same character. Only
Okay.
difference is now it's a old black guy.
Yeah, but she doesn't do what he does in the movies, like where, 1, 2, gonna count. I can do this, all in his mind that quick. Where she doesn't do that in her show, though, right?
No, no, and it really looks realistic. Her
Yeah,
fighting and all that stuff. It really looks realistic. This is what gets all right. Going back to James Bond and the film that had Daniel Craig in it, right?
yeah,
One of his debut ones, and what's her name? The Halle Berry.
yeah.
Okay, Halle Berry is fighting, right? And she's running with the gun and she's fighting and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong, Halle Berry is an attractive lady and everything. Wouldn't pass her up if I had a chance to be in bed with her. Right?
Right.
However, watching a film with her in it, she's not the greatest actress to begin with. She's an all right actress.
She got a
Nothing wrong
Lifetime
with
Achievement Award or something last year.
that. And nothing's wrong with being an all right actress. Nothing wrong with that.
So she got a
But
Lifetime Achievement for being an all right actress.
well, I don't give a shit about that. It's you buy most of those awards in Hollywood anyway.
Yeah.
The
She's been
star.
around. You didn't OD or kill yourself yet. Okay. Here, I'll give you one.
Oh, that's a lifetime achievement.
Yeah.
But when she's in the fight scenes, it doesn't look natural. It doesn't look flowing, and everything smooth. Right. It looks choppy, like she was uncomfortable doing it, and doesn't look right. And not too many women, and I'm not saying all of them, because there's some women who they look really good when they're fighting and everything, and they look natural. Halle Berry's not one of them.
Right. And she didn't play the Catwoman.
She shouldn't be doing any kind of action like that.
I mean, if she does this and Light Lynch is coming, that's easy. But on top, she's Storm, But the Catwoman, that wasn't a good movie. And, I mean, she did a couple of poses, but that's about it. Yeah.
I just, I don't understand the casting. I understand the fact that they want to make it marketable, so let's get a hot name. I get that. But let's be honest. Let's make it look real. Come on, people.
Hey, let's get that other beer. We're going 38 minutes. Should I reboot my computer?
Yeah, go ahead and do that real quick, and we'll get the next beer and everything, and let's get started.
I haven't had any problems lately. Should I do that, or what happens if it takes forever?
Just go ahead and do it because it keeps locking up.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm Shagdog.
I'm Jammer. Thanks for watching the Spitter Swallow Beer Review.
We'll see you on the next one. Hey, thanks for that comment, Jammer fan. Excellent review, Tim.